Alberta. Okay, so moving into government and governance. This is my wife sent this to me. Now I have family in Newfoundland, and I have very good friends who are from Newfoundland, and this headline tickled me. Anyway, Alberta calls on military, Red Cross, and Newfoundland for help to deal with COVID-19. Man, those news, they're coming in. They're coming in hot. They'll help. They'll help. I mean, they're very helpful people, all the time. Very friendly. You would do well to have help from the Noofs, definitely. Okay. I wasn't aware we were under a provincial regime. Now, I was having problems loading this website when I was building my show here, and I'm really late already this morning. It's not even like it's 10 to 12, so I'm gonna get this out probably by like 1 o'clock. So apologies for everybody who starts their day with me. It's middle of the daytime. I had things. I was up till 2 this morning, and then I got up early this morning and just fixing things. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Ontario human rights. What? I wasn't aware that we were under a provincial regime. I've been saying for a long time, that we are under a suspended charter. Our basic rights don't matter, and if we had basic rights, they would more closely resemble the United Nations Charter than the Canadian Charter. So apparently, on this website, and it's a Canadian, like on.ca, Ontario Human Rights, Ontario Human Rights C. I don't know what the C stands for, and I'm not going to try and load the page because sometimes I do that and then the whole thing goes sideways. So we're just going to leave it. But they're saying, under the provincial regime, organizations are responsible for making sure they meet the required proofs of identification and vaccination as outlined in the regulation. Service users must make sure any information they provide to the organization to show proof of vaccination or proof of qualifying for an exemption, like a doctor's note, and if identification is complete and accurate, there are fines for both individuals and organizations that fail to comply. As with any regulatory regime requiring enforcement, providing law enforcement or any other organization with discretionary powers to assess proof of identification and vaccination may result in disproportionate application and impact on members of marginalized groups. Now, there is a situation, and I'm just going to jump to it because, there it is. There's one tab that's in the way, but here is a police officer arresting a woman for not showing her papers, and the officer says, somebody says, "This isn't Nazi Germany," and the cop says, "It is now." What the heck? I don't want to watch this.
This lady right here.
Why are you asking her to leave?
Okay, this is between her and us, not yourself.
Why are you asking her to leave?
Answer.
You can go over here.
No.
So
you can give
have
us a ticket
to identify yourself to us right now for trespass to property because they asked you not to.
This is a public facility that we've paid for.
They've asked you to leave. Do you have identification on you? Because you will be arrested under trespass to property at the request of the facility.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. They do arrest her. And apparently, I haven't watched the rest of it. There's, like, right after this, the kids start crying because their mom is being arrested in front of them. And I'm sorry, I can't do other people's trauma. I can't. And I couldn't do this to my kids. It's heartbreaking. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't. So it's terrible. Heartless police officers, just terrible. Terrible, awful stuff. And like, what's the purpose of this? Is this keeping people safe? Like they're in a hallway by themselves. Like, oh yeah, for your safety, comrade, right? Like, whew, yeah, this pregnant woman is a real danger to everyone. Hey, Doug Ford, how about you stop arresting innocent people instead of wasting everyone's time with your residential schools bullshit? Yeah, these are OPP, right? This is Ontario, guys. It's here. UBI is already here. CURB or whatever it's called, extended till December. Yeah. Yep, they've implemented it. Yesterday I came across this. It's a YouTube video. In Saskatchewan, they've rewritten the laws so they have sweeping powers to destroy crops. Yes, it talks about destroying crops. I've talked about this document before. I talked about it on September 13th when it was released. When it was released, it's official. It's an official Saskatchewan document, and it gives ministers sweeping powers to remove people from their residences, to destroy crops, to destroy buildings, to remove people from buildings, to enter any property by any means necessary. Scary stuff. Go watch this video. They break down what it is that's happening, and you won't believe it. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that you won't believe it. It is a situation where it's unbelievable. Right? It's unbelievable. So